Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. My first guest, one of the best comics of this generation. What else can I say? He's known as a roast master general, but he can do it all. He hosts, stand-up, everything. He just finished up a tour with Chappelle. Chappelle did that big tour this whole summer. And what'd you do, the last few gigs or something?
No, I emceed the whole tour. It was
you
great.
emceed the whole tour?
20,000 seat outdoor venues, the oddball tour.
Yeah, Jeff Ross is here. What was that like? You did 20,000 seats in some places?
Some of the places was 22,000 in Chicago.
Oh my God!
San Fran. It was incredible.
You, Chappelle, and a Flight of the Conchords.
And a bunch of others. Dimitri Martin, Hannibal Buress, Kristen Schaal, Al Madrigal.
So how long do you do up front?
I did 15 minutes, and then I emceed.
20. So what is that like with 22,000? I've never done stand-up for more than that. I mean,
I learned how to take it up a notch, I had the Jumbotrons.
Right.
So as people were going to their seats with their beers or looking for their tickets or whatever, I would speed roast them on the Jumbotron.
I was going to say, that's you can find new ways to make the Jumbotron work.
It was really fun.
Think about that. That's true. The Jumbotron adds a whole new level for comedy.
Because they're right there and they're being, you can put it on the audience.
That must have been hilarious.
I think a couple of guys were there with women they weren't supposed to be.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You don't want to get them in trouble. Yeah, nowadays, technology nowadays must get a lot of guys in trouble if you think about it on every level.
Or people who told their boss they were taking a day off and then she's in the front row like screaming for Chappelle.
And Chappelle was close. So how was Dave? Is he doing good?
He was awesome, man.
That's good.
His comedy is another level right now.
Right. Is he going to plan on doing like a special or something, or is he's just hanging out doing stand-up?
No, he's still on tour. He's doing his own solo show now.
Yeah, I went and I saw it I saw him backstage. I must have missed you then. I saw him backstage.
You went to the Jersey show.
Right.
That was the one show I couldn't make.
You didn't go, okay.
Because I was at the Borgata that night.
Right, the PNC Art Center I went to.
Right, yeah.
I saw him back. He's jacked up, Chappelle. When he started lifting weights, he looks like Apollo Creed.
I think he lifts bags of money. I don't know.
I know people think he gave up that $50 million, but I think he had $50 million.
He's been successful a long time, that guy.
Yeah, people say, I always say that he was a mainstream success in the sense that, like, well before the Chappelle Show got on, he was Tom Hanks' best friend in You've Got Mail.
Right.
Like, that's his mainstream.
Right. Sadly, I still have AOL, but the movie no one remembers.
I know, they let that hang
I started out in the park with Chappelle in Washington Square Park.
Yeah, he was a young kid.
So now seeing him in outdoor venues like a rock star was pretty wild.
Well, I'm glad to see that someone sort of did that kind of rebellious move with the business and is still successful,
He's always put his comedy ahead of his wallet.
Right, well, that's the thing. I mean, if you're good at stand-up, people will notice it, and they'll come see you, still.
He's the one who told me with the roasting, he's like, don't try to stay in your lane. You're great at it, and that'll be your thing.
Well, yeah, why not? Yeah, well, why? I mean, plus, if you're good at something, you have fun doing it. Why not keep doing it?
I love it.
So it's like, the last one with Franco, I got to say, the last roast with James Franco might have been the most entertaining on a couple of levels. First of all, you went with that obscure reference of the hair.
Yeah.
And I got to admit, a younger person had to tell me what the hair meant. You did your hair in the cornrows he had in that...
Spring Breakers movie.
Yeah, Spring Breakers.
You did.
I like to roast people from the inside out. You know what I mean?
And you showed up on the red carpet with girls like from Spring Breakers.
Right.
How long did that take to do with your hair?
It took about 4.5 hours.
Oh, my God.
The three ladies who do Snoop's hair did my hair that day.
Oh. Who are they? Are they like well paid?
I think two of them were named Devora or something like that. I can't remember. They were very lovely.
He has 3 women who do that to him.
Yeah.
No, what?
One holds him down for 3 hours. So, I don't know.
How long did you keep the cornrows in?
I kept them in for about 2.5 weeks, I would say.
Wow. If you're going to do 4 hours, get the best out of it.
I liked it. It was very, I don't know.
Because when I first saw you on the red carpet, I said, well, Jeff is really making a rebellious stance here, hair-wise. I don't know why you did it.
I like that. These roasters, like Halloween or New Year's, all rolled in one for me.
You just have fun. Right.
You got to change it up every time and keep people guessing and make it fun. Otherwise, what is it?
I think with James Franco, too, the Comedy Central sort of taking a change now. Are they going to do more like young, hip, Whereas, like, the two I did was Hefner and Shatner, and that's like the novelty people, right? Like, now you're going for the young. I like the that took a lot of balls by Franco to do that.
I was surprised he said yes.
Yeah, he's a guy in the mainstream heart of his career just to take all that, because I didn't know all the gay stuff surrounding him. Like,
I think it's more like the roles he picks are kind of like brave roles, daring roles, and
right.
He
takes
kissed Sean
chances.
Penn in a movie. People.
Yeah.
It's a good joke fodder.
Yeah. Plus, all those other guys, they sit there, open themselves up to the likes of you and Sarah, like Jonah Hill and everything. I mean, that's a lot of.
Jonah was great. He had a real come to Jesus moment, I think.
Why? What do you mean?
Because he'd never been talked to like that.
That's what I mean. He's been, since he's a kid, people are kissing his ass. He's been a movie star for a long time. And all of a sudden, hey.
He's super talented.
Right.
And I told him ahead of time, you're so made. You got to be able to take these jokes.
Yeah, why not?
And of course he did. And he might have been the funniest one. He was hilarious.
He did a great job. He did. He really committed to that whole thing.
He gave it to me good, too. It was fun.
Yeah, your joke about a tuxedo that changes sizes every 3 weeks.
Yeah, Jonah Hill almost was late today. He couldn't find a tuxedo to change his sizes every 3 hours.
See, like, what would your advice be for Jonah Hill? Like, seriously, you're his agent. Do you say, look, just don't go crazy with the losing weight thing? Although, whenever you say, okay, lose weight, he's gonna ruin it, and then he makes a movie when he's thin and it kicks ass.
Right.
Everything he's in makes $20 million the first weekend.
Moneyball.
Right.
That was also his nickname at the strip club.
No, spaghetti western. You had me at spaghetti. That was nice.
I like how you just quote the punchlines.
That's beautiful.
This whole show is like a big inside joke.
That's how comics talk. That's how comics talk. You just throw out a punchline, And then you said, "Yeah, Darien, Connecticut." Yeah. So now, what's going on? The show, The Burn, is hilarious. Man.
Thank you.
Oh God, that's one of the few things I learned how to TiVo for.
You were an early supporter, Artie. I remember that.
Yeah, sure. I love it, and hopefully it'll come back.
We're
right?
still waiting to find out.
Yeah. How could they not? How do you not bring that back? I don't get it.
I don't know. The fans liked it. It did well.
Yeah.
And I think there needs to be a show where, you take down the bullies and the big shots every week.
Yeah, plus it really was a no holds barred. Again, another thing, like it was fun to see people in that mode where it's just like nonstop and no censorship. We're just messing with it.
I think you pointed it out. It's like a roast with one podium, but this had 4 podiums with
Right.
4 roasters.
It's perfect.
So we'll see. Hopefully we'll get to make more next year.
Now, we got to take a break. I want to talk a little bit when we come back about your man. You just got a man cave.
I got man cave.
It's something I've
Thanks
done.
to you.
I've done twice. This place was man caved. I got a place in the Jersey Shore. They man caved. Unbelievable.
That's what I call my girlfriend's hoo-hoo.
Yeah. It's a very daring double entendre name for a show. Yeah. It fits you perfectly. I want to talk about your man because you got one in Manhattan, which is hard to do.
What a feat these guys pulled off.
It really. I want to talk about that show. It's unbelievable. They talk about Emmys that should be won. We got to take a break. We'll come back with the great Jeff Ross. Well, you're doing stand-up, man. You're on the road. You got the Tempe Improv coming up November 8th. That's a great place. The Kirby Center for the PAC in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
You ever been there? I never been there.
I never been to that one. I've done the old Tempe Improv. I did.
Come out to Wilkes-Barre for my first and last time there ever. Friday night.
That's Friday.
Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. And the 6th and historic synagogue.
I'm performing at a synagogue in Washington,
That's
D.C.
right, Washington, D.C. That's Sunday, October 27th. A very eclectic tour schedule. I enjoy that.
Thanks for mentioning that, Artie.
Anytime. The great Jeff Ross after these words.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.